Hello, guys, and welcome. Today, I'm going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin, we're going to be talking about Zcash, the altcoin market, everything that happened the past week, and what are we expecting for next week. And yeah, let's get right into it, guys. So, Bitcoin on the weekly saved yet again. Closed above 100k, and also let's take the weekly closed above the 104k. So the structure still looks intact on a higher time frame. The daily is we can all say that the daily is bearish. It's been in a downtrend. Like if you take the structure, higher high, and then lower low. The question is, like, are we going here, or is it time to break this? And I think that's these things you can tell by the high time frame structure. It's been boring, but something that I've been thinking about lately is, like, how long has Bitcoin been above 100k? Very, very long. It's been a few months. It's been like this. So I would say daily looks bearish, and if we actually take the daily, and let's take a look here. Let's see. I'm gonna do like a trend line right now, parallel trend line, and if we take points like this, so you can clearly see that we have a trend line here. Okay. I think I'm gonna move this. Perfect. See how we have this trend line, right? So it's like moving like this in a. I think this is a bullish trend line. So I'm gonna go down here. Maybe we go down to 92k and then bounce up. But the trick here, guys, is that if we get a weekly closure at 92k, it's lights out. We can call it a day, and yeah. What about Zcash? I know Zcash, last time I spoke about it over here, we said like it has a potential to go up, and at the same time it was looking a little bit distributive, but it turned out that my thesis was wrong, and it was not distributive. Actually, it was very accumulative and went on to a blow off. Let's take a look here. So this is something that I drew before. On the 4 hour, I said, like, people are always predictable. Like, if you check over here, like, you've reached this high, and then people are shorting here. I've seen even people short here at the lower end of this. Okay, what happens when you hit this demand right here, like this demand or this demand right here? Like, you had a sell-off. This is structural demand. You're at structural demand. So this is structural demand. Okay, you're still in it. You didn't even leave out of it. So if this leads to a potential bounce, okay, like, and let's take a leads to a potential bounce, and we go to a high, and people start calling for 1,000 here, and then we go down, and people start shorting here, and then we go for a third drive, and then we're gonna call it multiple things could happen. Actually, we could technically speaking go down here and like just roll over, making it a 2 drive, which is also like a double top, but over here I expect us at least to hit, like, to go up, flush the late longs. Okay, so yeah, that's it for Zcash. Let's take a look at other altcoins. something that I've been looking at for a while. I think it was ICP. So it's funny because I mentioned like, a while ago, I was arguing online that there is a potential for ICP to go to $20. Now, how it would go to $20, that I don't know. But you can see over here, it was a very vicious break of structure. Like you broke the structure right here, and you might come to retest here. Okay, maybe we could do a long here. You know, could come down here, and if you long, let's say with a tight stop loss. Let's see. If I would long this, I would look for a potential long here, and then just target the high end. You know, I'm pretty sure that there is people that long this on this break of structure, and their stop loss is below this point right here, $2. That is also a potential scenario. And now, if there's not a lot of liquidity here, like even look at this. Like these are all like you took this liquidity, you looked at this liquidity, and you took this liquidity at the end over here, and you just like boom, went up there straight up. And then look at this. You're leaving liquidity at 9.83. You're coming down a little bit here just to take like these late longs, and now you're just gonna go down. So yeah, that's also one thing that I'm watching. Let's see. Let's talk about ETH. I don't think anybody is talking about ETH, but ETH here structure looks amazing. People are like saying, "Oh, ETH looks bad and whatnot." But listen, seeing some accumulation here, you know, like you have your automatic reaction with an ST. Then you have a lower high here, and then you go down, and you're bouncing back up. So if it does something like this, maybe at 3K, and then you know, maybe who knows? Who knows? We'll take it day by day. The weekly, look at the weekly though. The weekly, look at this. So this trend line, it's funny. This trend line, I was just drawing this here. I was just drawing this trend line right here. With these points. Right? Doesn't look good here. You know what? Never mind. What I care about here with ETH is that last week's weekly did not break structure. We have to see a close above 360. Okay, this is your breaking point. This is your breaking point. Okay. Also, there's something that we need to notice. Every time ETH goes on a downtrend, it goes 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Last time it did that, weekly was 2, 3. You had similar sell-off. You closed up bullish, and then you reversed. So maybe something like this could happen. Maybe we'd see lower targets on ETH. I don't think so, because some people are saying, "Oh, we have to revisit this." Oh, we have like people were waiting for the retest here of the retest of 2K. Never happened. It just bounced off 2K 100, and the same thing here. People are waiting for the retest of 2K9 because they have to fill this FVG or whatever. I don't think that's gonna happen. Now, let's move on to stocks. Something that I've been watching lately. Rivian. Let's look at Rivian. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. Now, something that scares me here. Okay? Something that I don't like. You took. Look at this. Okay? Here, Rivian. So you went and you took the liquidity over here and the liquidity over here. Now, this is something that scares me a bit. you're leaving sell side liquidity, okay, which I don't like. And there's two ways to see this, okay. We're either gonna find out right now. We're either going to bounce like this hard, like literally up only for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or what's gonna happen is we're gonna roll over, take liquidity, make people feel like, oh, we're coming down lower, and then just send it higher. That's how the market works, guys. But like, you go on Twitter right now. You go on Twitter right now. Just check the Rivian. Let's see. Look at this. Everybody's bullish on Rivian. Everybody's bullish on Rivian. Look, everybody's saying, oh, trade setup. We're going to $28. I don't know. Some people, let's look at the latest. Even Arabic people are talking about Rivian. It's actually crazy. Let's see. I think I saw this. I saw this from Ansem. He was talking about Rivian as well. Where is it? So it's right here. RIVN. Okay. All right. Pumping into the close because people are nervous is going to start jumping numbers overnight. Let's look at the. I'm pretty sure he posted the chart. Anyways, you can see like people are engaging on this. Yeah, this is it. This is the chart that I've been seeing all around. They're comparing Rivian to Sol. I wouldn't compare Rivian to Sol because Rivian is actually a product that is being sold, where Sol is like a casino, a gambler's chain. Let's put it that way. Also, Rivian started from the top and just continued on a sell-off, so they do have a nice product. How do I feel about this? Like, you're leaving the lows, right? You did leave the lows here, but it's not quite the same thing. Let's go to Sol USDT. Check there, guys. Check back. Sol. Okay. Does this look like Rivian, guys? It does not look like Rivian. Yeah, you did leave some lows. Okay. But okay. The context was different. And in addition, people were not saying sold to $100 here. So market always humbles people. That's something to be aware of. So yeah, how do we? Well, what are people saying about ETC? Let's check here in our the death cross. Yeah, this is something else that people are talking about. Death cross. So every time we had a death cross, we rallied. Every time we had a death cross, we rallied. Except when we were in bear market, we rallied a little bit and then. But 1, 2, 3 death crosses. Is this time different? I like what this guy is saying. Death cross is a decent short-term predictor, not a great long-term predictor. Exactly. So we can't really predict whether Bitcoin is stopped or not yet until we have closes below the weekly. 50-week or the high time frame target of 104 or 102 in this case. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I might start streaming a little bit for charting and talking to you guys, so stay tuned with that. I might also open a Discord. So please subscribe, follow, and go on my Twitter. I'm more active on Twitter. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.